Your pants. You have a hole in the
I'm
pants.
covering it up. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Hey, guys.
Y'all, we couldn't find our phone stand for a minute, and Lord, it feels like it's been a hot minute since we've done a podcast.
It's been a week.
I know, but it feels longer than that to me for some reason.
Does it?
Yeah. I don't know why. But here we are!
And it's because the time changed.
Dana! Hey, girl.
We gained an hour.
Alicia.
So it's a week and an hour since we've done a podcast.
Yeah. Alicia said no text again. Oh,
really?
we
What's
gotta
going on? Did you accidentally block us, girl?
Hey. Trisha's here.
Hey, Trisha.
Here.
I was wondering where you were on the VIP
Denise,
Zoom
Erica.
today. I was wondering how you were feeling.
Erica and Tina both got the text. Okay. Maddie.
Yeah, we got the text too. We subscribed to our own.
I did. I was like,
stuff.
Oh, there's the text.
Just to make sure it works. We subscribed to it.
Sure.
Hey guys, happy Sunday.
Y'all, she's making fun of me because come here, baby
Adrienne
girl.
said earlier she was listening to herself and she was like,
I put a little something on the story, and I mean, it sounds like I say my S is like Sunday, happiest Sunday, you sweet babies.
You know that's not on right now.
Oh yeah. Y'all, I'm also really sorry about my face today. It's super puffy. I blame Debbie for a sweet post that she made, which made me cry.
And then said I only had one drink last night, so I was fine. Unlike you, Jay. Exactly. Although, like for me, if you drink and stay up late, then it's much harder. For me, I fell asleep at 8. So I was fine this morning too. 8:24. Yeah.
Jack, come here.
Happy Sunday, everyone.
Yes, Sunday.
Welcome
really
to our podcast. We did today. What we did? Oh, that's why I have my phone. Today, what we did was we could not think of a subject. We thought of a few subjects, but then some of them was like, we're not going to have enough to like. It won't even last that long. And then some were like, we've talked about that too many times. And then some we were like, not a good idea to talk about that. And so instead I was like, let's just, our texting community is a beautiful, amazing community. Anybody that wants to text us, if you guys want to text us right meow at 702-466-1150. That's 702-466-1150. We have lots of you guys on our text thread. So I sent out a text and I said, hey, we need your help.
Talk about?
Can you give us a topic for our podcast today? And we have over 50. So it's going to be a speed round.
Yeah. We may not get to everyone, but
we may not, but we're going to try.
So this is going to be 30 minutes of intensive. You guys, why do I sound so weird when I say my S's?
I don't think you whistle.
It sounded like it. So I did a video today because I caught Madison and Twister basically snuggling, and I put it on the story, and I was like, happy Sunday, sweet babies. When you put it on Instagram, you have to listen to it again. I was like, what the hell's going on with my S's? Is that how I sound? Debbie, I blame you for my puffy face today because I don't know if you guys are like this, but it's like I can shed a tear of any kind, happy, sad, and my whole face just puffs up.
And Debbie posted in our group today.
Barn post today.
About
started it up. But
I know. I almost cried.
It's like I'm having an allergic reaction to my own face. I mean, it's about to just seal up.
You don't look that bad.
Don't lie to me.
I really don't. I don't lie to you.
Nice.
I'll tell you. The other day I was like, girl, you have like really dark rings around your eyes. Like you should do makeup before you go live, for real. I don't lie.
It's true.
I don't lie. Say that. I don't even know how to lie.
And she lets me know when like there's too much powder and it's showing up on my mustache. She's like, yeah, your mustache is really coming through.
Oh, I forgot to shave my mustache today.
Yeah, well, all right, let's do a podcast. Here it goes.
Okay.
In 5, 4, 3.
Welcome to episode number 0047 of Back in the Closet with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies. We are here live on YouTube as well as in our closet. And guys, today we did not know what we were going to talk about. We couldn't think of a topic. It was either a topic that we were going to ramble on or that we've talked about so many times, or is a topic that we probably just shouldn't discuss. And so we decided to go to our
beautiful
texting community,
and see what you wanted to talk
and
about.
ask you guys, well, if there was one subject that you would want us to discuss, what would it be? And we have over 50.
So I think this is going to be
over
fluid,
50 text messages.
Right. This is going to be a fluid kind of conversation. I think that we should do as many as we can. But I also think how brilliant we're going to have so many awesome topics for
what we
future
should do? This is what I'm going to do. For some of them, it's going to be like
no, this needs to be a whole podcast.
Like we'll screenshot it and we'll send it to Lindsay and we'll be like, hey, write this down for a future podcast. Right. So we'll because some of these I know I've already because you can kind of see the overview. We haven't clicked on them yet, but you can see the overview. Some of them I'm like, that is an entire podcast. That's a great subject.
For example,
and we could
Sterling
go on
Davis text back and had a great
topic.
Read that. I did, because it's Sterling and I'm in love with him.
Yeah.
And so I read his text. That is going to be an entire podcast.
Yes, that one is going to be an entire podcast.
Wait for it, because it's a good one, you guys.
We'll bring it up. We'll read it.
Oh my God, Sterling is here. Hey,
Sterling!
Y'all.
Oh, Trap King. Yes.
Thank you for your topic today. So we decided that we're going to do a rapid speed round. What do you call it?
Speed round.
Anyway, but the topic that you gave us today, don't leave a hint here. The topic that you left us today, I think is going to be our topic for next week.
Yeah, that's what we said. We were like, that is actually a whole podcast. We can do an entire podcast just on that
topic.
So yeah. So let's just jump in so that we can get going. Many of these could be an entire talk, and I think the very first one, Renelle, could be an entire podcast. So she said aging kitties.
Ooh.
Aging kitties is a great subject, so I'm going to snapshot that one and save it. When it comes to aging kitties, best advice for aging kitties off the bat, speed round. What do you say?
Speed round. I say when we get a kitty that's getting older, we gotta go to the vet and get a senior blood panel at least twice a year. You want to pay attention to them. I'm telling you, be a Nazi about poop patrol. Always keep an eye on that. When we get older, keep an eye, especially on litter boxes stuff, because you'll notice that if they're having problems with arthritis or intestinal issues like gastrointestinal stuff, can be IBD, IBS is getting popular at that age. You're going to notice it's getting common. You're going to notice a lot of things, maybe peripherally, by keeping an eye on the litter box, and also keep an eye on where they're sleeping, how they're acting, things that they.
You're not doing very well with the whole rapid thing.
I'm sorry, and always keep an eye on making sure that they're eating enough.
Yes. Okay. So for me, I go straight to supplementation when it comes to aging kitties. A couple supplements that I think are massively important. Superoxide dismutase, which is in our Catalyst product, but it's a or any other natural anti-inflammatory. Curcumin also has it, which is like turmeric, or the main active ingredient in turmeric. Anti-inflammatory properties, absolutely, and then milk thistle, because it's so big when our cats start getting older. I mean, it's I think it's 1 out of every 3 cats ends up with kidney disease. And that comes in their older years. The chronic kidney disease comes in their older years. And so milk thistle really helps to detoxify the liver and the kidneys. So milk thistle and superoxide.
Wow. So for that speed run, we really should have said, keep this in mind if you've got an aging kitty. It's all about supplementation and observation.
Yeah, and observation.
Supplementation and observation.
I like that. That's a whole other whole podcast too, though.
Sarah said, she said, I'll write it down. I've got the book.
Oh, awesome. I love you. Okay, Sarah said quality of life topic. Okay, that's a whole other. That is a whole other one too, right? So quality of life. First thing that comes to mind for me is diet and quality of life. Just like for us humans, if we are eating ultra processed foods every single day, all the time, if we're eating the same food, the same ultra processed food all the time, every day, our quality of life is going to decrease. I almost aspirated on my spit. That's me doing speed round. So we want to do more fresh food, as much fresh food as possible for our cats. If that means a couple times a week, if that means just adding in some fresh food that you have in your home, a little bit of fresh meat that you're cooking for yourself, for your family. Really, really important. Diet as far as quality of life. Supplementation is also great, but diet key. Do you have anything to add to that?
I would just add in to really make sure that you do not neglect your vet visits, because a lot of times their quality of life is going to be very much informed. You're going to find things, because cats don't show when they're in pain or when they're suffering. So you got to do those dentals as they get older. You got to do those blood panels so that you can really keep an eye on things.
I just think we are such a good match. Like,
we are?
Yeah, because you're you're like vet visits, and absolutely, but that's not the first thing that comes to my mind. But that, we're a good pair. We're a good pair.
Supplemental information.
Okay. Jeannie said, bee stings in cats. This can happen indoors too. So I would like to know what to look for and how to handle them. Okay. So bee stings, guys, we had a cat that was we didn't, but one of our customers had a cat that was stung all over her nose by mosquitoes. Cats can get bee stings. Cats can get mosquito stings or mosquito bites. So not stung, but bitten, whatever. They can get that. And that is something that we obviously want to try to keep them away from bees as much as possible. But a product that I would highly recommend to have on hand at all times for something like a bee sting is our Meow Mist. So Meow Mist is a topical spray solution for cats. It is for any kind of topical wound, topical bite, or anything like that. You can do it for yourself too. If you get a bee sting. I used it on a spider bite the other day. Yes, if you get a bite, it works great at reducing the inflammation. So topically, it's reducing the inflammation. It fights infection. So any kind of topical issue, Meow Mist absolutely needs to be on hand.
Okay, time out. I'm gonna use my time right now to welcome Connor.
Hi, Connor.
Who's a newbie, found you guys about a week ago. Love your energy. I love you. Welcome to the fam.
Connor. Yay. Lisa said the evils of alcohol. That was because last night we had a VIP party in our special private membership group. We had a costume party for Halloween, because yesterday was Halloween. If you're listening, yesterday was
Dirty
Halloween.
Martinis are dangerous, you guys. I think let's just focus on that for a second. Dirty Martinis are basically just vodka and olive juice. Olive juice, right? So be careful with them, and definitely if you hit 3 or 4, be prepared for
a face
blackout.
A face, okay, so Micah said toilet training your cat and getting rid of the litter box. Okay, so here's a good one. This is what we say rapid fire for toilet training. I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool that you can do that. I would not get rid of the litter box. However, we talked to Dr. Marcy Koski. She is Feline Behaviorist Solutions is where you can find her. She's a feline behaviorist. She's amazing. And when it comes to toilet training your cat, we have to think about the longevity of their life, quality of life, right? So down the road, you might be able to train them in the toilet right now, but down the road, what we're looking at is cats that no longer want to jump up on a toilet and hold themselves in such a way that they will use the toilet instead of a litter box. So we don't want to get rid of the litter box, because you may end up with cats that are going outside the box.
Right.
Okay. Linda said, why don't vets tell you that steroids can cause diabetes? So basically a discussion about looking for symptoms such as this when getting dental work, etc. Okay, so
I think a bigger like rapid fire, if we're going to spend a couple minutes on this, I think it's so important. This question reminds me that even if our vets say I think this is the pill that your cat needs, whether it's an antibiotic, a steroid, an anti what is it? For reflux, acid reflux, whatever it may be, they're like, this is something that would work. It's our responsibility to look up the side effects and to be able to ask our veterinarian, well, what about this?
Or ask your veterinarian about the side effects. Right. See, that's a thing that not even doctors do. Maybe the last time I went to a doctor, I remember I went in for TMJ. That probably wasn't the last time, but definitely that was 10 years ago. I went in for TMJ, and they tried to give me an antidepressant. And I was like, what are the side effects of that? And she was like, I don't know. Let me go get my book and I'll read them to you, because they have so many veterinarians as well have so many medications that they've been sold as like the cure-all for this or the help for that or whatever it is, that they don't have time to memorize side effects for everything. And they don't really deal with side effects as much as we as cat parents do. They're looking for solutions, and they're looking for it from the pharmaceutical industry, which is where, which is what owns everything. So they don't tell you normally because they don't know, or you don't ask. Okay.
So yeah, just a reminder to ask anytime what we're going to be putting something in our cat's bodies, even if it's recommended by a veterinarian, please ask, does this come with any side effects? And can you please explore them before you decide with that
medication,
with that protocol?
Yes. Right. Tammy said, what helps your cats with shedding? I have cat fur everywhere. Okay. So cats are going to shed. It's not something that we can stop altogether. However,
but I do want to say first and foremost, I know you're about to say Catalyst, and that is very helpful. Really? What were you about to say?
Diet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Diet and supplemental grooming. And some cats will shed more than other cats, especially our cats that are long haired and have that thick undercoat, like our Pooh Bear and Mr. Biddles did, even our Oliver Twist to a certain degree, but they're going to shed a little bit more. So supplemental grooming is something that we can do to help them. It's not just a bonding experience, but it also helps because they will blow their coat probably out about twice a year.
Yes.
And you'll just notice like tumbleweeds suddenly
everywhere
throughout your entire house. If we can help groom them 2-3 times a week, even daily, like with Pooh Bear, I would like to do it daily. I don't do it daily, but it would be really helpful if I could.
Yeah, but remember that the health of the hair follicle is directly proportional to the health of the overall the overall health of the cat. Right. So if your cat is, if you're feeding a diet that is very dry and like kibble diet, high in carbohydrates, lots of inflammation, if your cat's not super healthy, they're going to shed a lot more than a cat that is super healthy will. We don't have as much shedding. We still have the blowing the coat season because it happens, but our house isn't covered in hair like my grandfather's was.
Yeah.
Or
like it used to be.
Or like it used to be. Yeah.
It was a thing. Like there were certain pieces of furniture that we could never get fully clean.
Right.
And we just decided it was the cat's furniture.
Not even with Zest. Okay. Ellie said, holidays are coming up soon. Maybe talk about the stress it brings our fur babies and how to help them. Okay, that is actually a whole podcast.
That's a whole podcast.
Well.
Lindsay, mark that one down. Mark that one
down. We're
down.
Gonna mark that one down. There is a lot.
Oh, Kat, good question. What if they don't like to be brushed and will fight you? That's a good question.
Right. So sometimes we can't groom our cats, but the diet is really that's really the.
I will say, so when we changed our cats over to a species appropriate diet, when we were giving them good supplementation like krill oils, like omega-3s, we noticed a huge decrease just because that health of the hair follicle was incredible. So now when it is blow your coat season, we notice that there's more fur, but it's not like where they sit on the couch is just covered, or if they sit in our lap for a minute, we've got to get the roller. Unless we're really petting them. But so that in and of itself will really bring that shedding down to a very manageable level.
Yes. Yeah. Tina said, how about, why is this moving so slow? How about moving and keeping the cats calm and secure in the new home since everyone seems to be moving around? Did we not already do a podcast on that? Did we not? I know we wrote a blog on it. I'm gonna put that because that's also a full subject, a full podcast as far as like traveling with your cat, moving with your cat, getting them used to the new places. There's a lot. I don't think we can rapid fire that. That we wrote a blog on it. So if you guys need that advice right now, you can go to our website at twocrazycatladies.com, TWO crazycatladies.com, and click in the search button and then just hit type in moving or traveling or something like that. And you will see, we recently wrote that, but that's a very good subject, Tina. I love you so much. Okay. Kristen said, a time frame for neutering male kittens to avoid spraying issues. Okay. So this is something we're kind of going through right now.
We're figuring that out. So we had Zorro.
Zorro and Friday were
Zorro, about 2.5 years old.
Zorro is our male 2-year-old, and he was neutered at almost 8 months.
Almost 8 months, and he never sprayed.
We never got to that point. We didn't get to that point. Jack is 7 months now, and we're trying to wait at least a month, if not 2.
Maybe a year.
But he's, because when it comes to male cats, guys, it's really important, specifically male cats, because they can, because of the way
they're still developing.
Yeah, the way that they're, I keep wanting to say uterus, and they don't have a uterus. What is it called? The way that their bodies work, they tend to have more bladder issues and urinary tract issues than female cats.
Urethra.
urethra.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
So
Dana.
yeah, so
Urethra.
it's super important that we hold off and wait as long as possible so our cats are completely developed.
Their urethra is full grown.
Because guys, we know a lot of veterinarians and holistic veterinarians, integrative veterinarians. They tell us that they see so many male cats with blockages because they were neutered too soon. Yeah. And, in a shelter, unfortunately, they're oftentimes neutered at 8 weeks instead of 8 months.
They're very young.
Like they're very young. So
when it comes to marking, though, I would say this. Here's the beautiful thing about male cats is that if it comes to the point where they're starting to mark, and obviously Zoro never marked, he was 7 months old, or almost 8 months old. Jack still has not marked. We know that Twist, who came to us when he was about 1.5 years or 2 years old, he was a marker and he had not been fixed yet. So my hope is that we can catch Jack if we can make it to 1 year and then we get him fixed. But the great thing about boy cats is that if we see that marking, maybe it starts between 9 and 12 months old. I think it's predominantly what I read, but if it starts around that time, you can go and get them neutered, and you don't have to worry about
a cycle or something like that.
With our lady cats, ideally we want to get them spayed before their first heat. Otherwise, we're going to be trying to catch them when they're not in heat, and cats are in heat a lot. So that's going to be tough.
Especially where we live.
Right. So So that's a good thing about boys.
Yeah. So Kathy said fleas. Wants to talk about fleas. Okay. When it comes to fleas, we want to try the best that we can. I know that it's not always possible everywhere, but we want to try the best that we can to do as far as flea treatments to go as natural as possible.
Right.
We have a product called Flea X. It's in our shop. It's a fantastic product that fights fleas and helps to prevent fleas as well. Yeah. There's tons on the market. It doesn't have to be our product. There are tons of natural products on the market.
But if we're doing rapid fire, I really have to say that it's really important for us, just like we were talking about steroids and diabetes. If we are going to be using a chemical treatment, y'all, it's our responsibility to look at those side effects.
Yes.
Do the research, do your due diligence.
This one is definitely
understand that if it's a flea collar, and I know that we do a lot of this stuff out of our own convenience or out of our own not knowing, as I did. If it's like put some drops between the shoulder blades of your cat, you put those drops there because they're so toxic. That's the only place in your cat's body that they can't lick. And you think about the toxicity of that. So it's our responsibility when it comes to flea treatments to go to do our due diligence, to do our research, look at the side effects, see what it's going to be doing, and then try to be as proactive as possible. If we know that we're in a flea infested area, let's use prevention and go natural. Let's do the things that we can do to try to mitigate the situation before it becomes a big problem.
Yeah. And if it has already become a big problem, or you're in an area where you've tried every natural solution and they just don't work for your cats, and you have to use a chemical, definitely look it up, make sure that you know which ones are the safest. But if you have to use a chemical flea treatment, use a chemical flea treatment, follow it up before and after with milk thistle, so that we can help to detoxify the amount of toxic chemicals that we're putting into our cats' bodies. We want to follow it up with milk thistle, and then try, instead of next month doing that, let's try that natural product the next month, and then we can go back to chemical, and then go to natural, as little as possible.
And I think someone asked a minute ago, how do you give your kitty milk thistle? There are a number of products out there that have milk thistle in them. We use one called Mercolo's liver and kidney support. It has milk thistle in it there, but look up milk thistle, and
or you can grow it yourself.
That you can just easily add into their wet food.
Yes. Okay. Tabby said, I don't know how this would be approached, but recently had an emergency visit, and in COVID times wasn't allowed in the building with him. They came in and got him and brought him back. It was traumatic for me more than him, it seems. How in these times can we prepare ourselves, nevertheless, our fur babies, for something like this? It was unexpected, but I couldn't, but needed. Unexpected, but needed.
Right.
I hope that made sense. Yeah. So Tabby, love you, Tabby.
So
it's always harder for us. Unfortunately, right now we can't, other than being proactive as pet parents, just in general, we can't prepare for an emergency. An emergency is something that is unpreparable, right? So we can do the best that we can to keep our cats healthy and strong, and feed a good diet, use supplementation, do everything that we can but emergencies are still going to happen. It's still going to happen. Doesn't matter. Like they still can happen. Doesn't matter. So the best we can do is be proactive in COVID times. If it's an emergency and you're an emergency vet, the only place that you can go, oftentimes we only have 1 or 2 places that we can go. And if you can't get in, then unfortunately there's not
no, but I would say don't do as we did. And we're going to be about 3 months late on Oliver Twist's senior blood panel.
Oh, yeah,
so right now there's a big part of us that's like, what, we're going to wait until this passes and then we're going to go in with Twist. We don't want to have to do a drop off.
But we're going to.
No, the recommendation here is make that appointment, make that appointment to do the drop off so that you can get those blood panels run. Don't neglect your regular veterinary visits to make sure that all their levels are good, to make sure their teeth are okay, so that we can do our best to avoid any emergencies. Yeah. But the sad truth is right now, yeah, we're looking at having to do those drop-offs, and that is
oh my God, there's no way we're gonna get to all of them.
Really sad. I know. We've only got 5 more minutes left.
Oh
go,
my goodness,
go.
are you serious?
Jack,
oh wow,
Jack,
we're never gonna get to these.
What are we gonna do?
Israel Yizzy said, love, hate bullying. My Ellie will be licking and headbutting vet 1 minute and boom, whack, 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 and chase him throughout the house. It's only with him. He's terrified of her. Okay, so this is pretty normal. It happens with all of our cats too. They lick them and then they lick them until it like sometimes hurts. Have you ever been licked by a cat in the same spot for a while? So their tongues are really sharp or rough. So they and then they're like, Wah! And then they like smack each other, and then they so I don't know that it's necessarily bullying. If they're loving on each other at first, I would not consider that bullying. Jenna said how to clean a litter box. Okay, so
this is rapid fire. So we want to make sure that we clean their litter box at least once a day. If you can do it twice a day, you're a hero. Cats want a nice, clean place to do their business. Once a month, try to clear out all the litter in there and actually clean the litter box itself. I think it's really important. Dr. Marcy Koski reminded us on one of the last times we talked to her that most litter boxes are plastic. Bacteria leaches to plastic, so we want to replace that litter box every 6 months. We realize that we've had litter boxes that are 2 and 3 years old. So we want to do our best. Hi, Jack. We want to do our best to make sure that their litter box stays nice and clean.
Yes.
What am I missing?
MW Bartlett says, discuss when cat A thinks cat B is attacking, threatening, when cat B might just be wanting to play and cat A is hyper vigilant. Okay, yeah. So there's a blog. Yeah, there's a blog on our website that's called Cats Fighting versus Playing. So we as humans need to kind of understand a cat's play oftentimes is much rougher than we would think or that we would like. Sometimes that we would normally allow. Yeah. Like sometimes there's hissing or even like a little bit of growling, but it's not and you can watch them. It's just basically know your cat. Know your cats well enough to know. So we noticed this with Friday and Zorro. Friday and Zorro, we let them go when they are playing.
Jack and Madison.
No, Jack can't get over.
We will interfere.
Yeah.
We will intervene.
Yeah. So it's basically like really understanding your cats. Winter colds and kitties. What to do to help them? Elizabeth said. Yes, I've been using the Catalyst. I know you've done this topic before, but maybe a refresher would be nice. Thanks for asking.
Catalyst is great for the immune system. For cold, so I would definitely say Virex.
Yes, Virex or Oxycat. If we're trying to avoid it, let's go with Oxycat. If we're trying to treat a respiratory issue, cold, flu, or a severe chronic upper respiratory issue, Virex in our shop, twocrazycatladies.com, twocrazycatladies.com. Ariana said recipes. We have recipes on our YouTube channel right here for those of you guys watching. Go to our playlist right here, right now, watching the YouTube. So you can go to our playlist on our YouTube page, and you can click the one that says homemade recipes for cats, healthy recipes for cats or something. I don't remember what it's called. But we have all those recipes there. Kelly said, what is success to you? Oh, I love this.
Kelly,
it was a non-cat question. Success to me, honestly, is happiness.
Well, I was going to say going going to bed every night with a sense of fulfillment or satisfaction. It's like hard work. Like back in the day, it was like
people think success is money, and success is not money. Success is not money, not to me at least. And I feel like those that judge success by money are sad.
Probably sad.
They will end up sad, right? Because money comes and
goes.
Judgy
Judgerton.
But for us, but money comes and goes. Money, if success is money, then you could build a $1 million business or multi-million-dollar business or something like that. And you would say, I am successful, but then COVID hits and it just so happens to be a restaurant. And now your business plummets. And do you call yourself not successful anymore? No, you're absolutely successful. It's the process. It's not the journey. It's all about the journey. It's not the destination. Does that make sense?
I don't know, but I do know this, that
that's success to me.
Things have been really busy lately, and I know that Jae gets stressed out easily.
Oh my God, there's so many.
I know. Okay, well, let's wrap up on this note, because I think this is Kelly, this is such a great question.
Is it?
I really think that, I know. I really think that it is incredible that when we were super stressed out the other day, and we got a message on our Instagram from someone that Jae has been working with for a while, and it was just this message of gratitude. And it was such an elevating experience.
It really was.
If you can, and we are blessed because we get to do stuff for and about cats all day, every day. Someday I will get to do that as my day job. But when you have that kind of feedback, or when you recognize that you're making a difference, that's success. That's satisfaction. That's
a very good. Yeah. When you hear that one person, especially on like a really stressful day, when there's a lot going on, and
it just opens up the sky.
You're on like a rat or a what is it called? You're on like the hamster wheel of got to do this, got to do that, and I get on that wheel quite often. And then
she really does.
And I get off the whole like what is really making me happy. And then I see, and then we get a success story. We get a comment on our website, or we get a message on Instagram or
it's
Facebook.
A reminder of the motivation, and if it's really a reminder of the motivation and the perspective that started this whole thing.
Yeah.
And it is truly, it is, I guess it's a feeling of success. It's a feeling of satisfaction. It's very fulfilling.
Yes. Heidi said ideas for cats without teeth. Okay, and also said autoimmune disease. So we're probably talking about stomatitis. When it comes to stomatitis, guys, that's also a whole other subject. But stomatitis is an autoimmune disease, and it attacks the gums.
It's rough,
and so it's really rough for cats. It's very painful for cats. So what we suggest is, and as inhumane as it might even sound, a full teeth extraction is very important. However, I've dealt with way too many, a clutch jack was like too long hanging off.
All right.
Dealt with way too many cat parents who have said, got the full tooth extraction, and my cat is still living with stomatitis because they did not. You have to get a specialist. You have to get a veterinarian dental specialist, dentist.
They can do the surgery.
They can do the surgery. So your typical veterinarian normally won't perform the surgery that is needed to get rid of.
They would usually refer you to a specialist.
Yes. Wendy said most cat-friendly places to travel.
Our house.
Answered this one before. Right here. Come to our house. Right here. Right now. Kim said, eye discharge. What is normal and what is allergy, and when you go to the vet? Regular cats and snub-nosed cats. Best vet. I said one, girl. Kim. I said one. Okay, we're just gonna do eye discharge. So eye discharge, as far as your cat. So if your cat's eyes are a little runny, I automatically get a little worried just from it being a little runny. However,
if you notice color in that drainage, discharge from the eye as a drainage, there's a good chance that they're dealing with an underlying issue.
Yeah, usually a respiratory issue.
Mm-hmm. Or it could be a virus like the herpes. Or,
yes, you want to keep an eye on it. If it's just runny, keep an eye on it. But wipe it up. keep an eye on it. There are some cats like Himalayans and Persians that get more discharge from the eyes. And it's regular, so it's not something to necessarily worry about. However, you have to not keep an eye on it, but you have to keep up with cleaning that on a daily basis, usually, because it can actually lead into infection because those types of cats
just keep them wiped regularly. And if you got a kitty that is actually dealing with an issue where there is like color in the discharge or anything like that, really work on their immune system as much as possible.
Yeah.
Diet is really big, and then do what you can to help clear up whatever infection there may be.
Yeah. Zoe said, my friend's cat recently got out and is still missing. Ways to prevent this and ways to help finding missing fur babies. Okay. We also wrote a blog on this. We did a cat tip and we wrote a blog on this because
it's happened to us.
It's happened to us, and we've gotten several questions about this over the past few years. And so go to our website at twocrazycatladies.com, TWO, type in the word missing, and it will tell you.
You said TWO, type in the word missing.
Oh, sorry, TWO, crazycatladies.com, and type in the word missing on the search bar. And we give you like 6 steps. Like all the the whole list of.
Although I'm going to say this, and you do realize we need to wrap this up now. We're over by like 7 minutes right now. I will say that last time that our Oliver Twist decided to roam without our permission,
we contacted
were lucky
Pam
enough
with
to
Perfectly
contact
Holistic,
Pam, and she literally muscle tested the yards around our home and identified where he was, which indeed he was, and he was home in 15 minutes. It was a beautiful thing.
Okay, so Vicky said, Vicky said you should discuss the potential hazards of all the holiday air fresheners and warming oils. You know what? This is going to be
Vicky, a whole
great
podcast.
One. That is going to be it. Actually, that could be a whole podcast. Let's screenshot that one. Instead of
write it down.
Well, and also part of this keeping cats safe during the holiday season, stress and all that stuff. Okay, D. I love you, D.
Okay, this has to be the last one.
Okay.
And Lindsay said, save the rest for next week. That's a great idea.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how to save them though.
Well, we'll screenshot them all and put them in their own little album.
Okay. Adjusting territorial cats to a multiple cat household. That's a great one, D. Okay, so when we missed so many.
Sorry
guys. When you have a cat that you are bringing into your home, any cat really. I mean, you're going to have a territorial cat. Every cat is somewhat territorial. There are several things that we could do. Number one that we found because we did this. Was confidence building sessions. We also learned this from Dr. Marcy
also want to prepare
well, first of all,
yes, be gently introduced into the new.
You want to make sure that you do the introduction slowly and through all the steps that every feline behaviorist tells you to do. So you can look up Jackson Galaxy, you can look up feline behavior solutions, any feline, it's all the same. You can go on our website. We have it written out and spelled out on our website too on how to introduce a new cat into your home. That's the first step, yes. But if we've already done that, but they're territorial, then confidence building sessions, which means take your cat into the territorial cat, into a room by yourself, just you and him or you and her. Close the door, spend about 15 to 20 minutes giving them your undivided attention.
Engaged in play.
And engaging in play. So maybe not at first, maybe you're just like telling them why we're here, I want you to know that you are very special and we want you in this home and everybody loves you and I love you. And then you engage in play. It sounds weird, but it is like a game changer. A game changer.
But we should spend that's a whole podcast too.
That is also a whole podcast, yes.
Okay, you guys. Denise had a great suggestion for how to remember the rest of the questions that we are missing tonight.
Yeah, which is like 20
probably
or 30.
Probably write them down.
Oh.
You guys, I love you so much.
My hand would hurt.
Trisha, I love you so much. I love you. That comment just made my day. She said, we love you guys, and we're blessed to have you in our lives.
I love you.
That feeling is so mutual.
Yes.
So mutual. We are the luckiest girls in the world. We are very sorry that we did not get to all
everybody's
the awesome
questions. But thank you guys all. You know what? I think it's a great idea.
So much material.
This is what I'm excited about. Now we have so many different.
And on every end on the end of every one of those questions is a kitty somewhere whose life is already like so loved and people are looking for ways to make their life better. Yes. It makes me so happy.
Nothing
I
better
love you guys
world.
so much. Okay, if you guys, enough for our podcast peeps. Hey, should we wrap up the podcast?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
Excuse me.
Thanks for joining our podcast, you guys.
We love you.
Godspeed to us all.
I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I hope there was a piece of something that
was maybe helpful.
That helped. If you guys have questions, leave us comments. But we love you, and we hope you have
We'll see you next week.
Amazing,
we'll hear you next week.
Amazing day.
Right. For everyone on YouTube, if you guys happen to have Facebooks, we're going to be live for our cat tip review at 6 p.m. That is in about 40 minutes. We're going to get everything moved back downstairs, and it's going to be fun. We're going to be wrapping up the night. Jay may put on her Peapod thing. I may put on an ugly sweater.
I'm putting on a Peapod?
I don't know. I think maybe you should. It'd be a fun little deja vu.
That's weird.
So probably not. But we love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll see you in about 40 minutes.
Yes, we love you guys.
Love y'all. Bye, guys.